Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel, and we continue our foray into various modern day wrestling stuff, plus the old school stuff back when wrestling was good. We got over 2,400 of these contents available for your listening pleasure, and we continue to add wherever we can. This is the foray into the. Let's see here. We got about 6 or 7 things I got to record, so I'm just looking at my notes. This is the Aew Rampage show for the 18th of February. Yes, February 18th, 2022. Obviously, you know, Rampage is a hit and miss show, but it's an hour, so it's not that long. Excalibur, Taz, Ricky Starks, and Chris Jericho. On commentary, Adam Cole defeats Dark Order's 10. 10 establishes his strength early, and he knocks Cole down with a shoulder tackle and gets the early advantage. 10 hits German suplex during the period, and Cole lands high on his head and neck. Cole then gets focusing on the leg of 10. 10 gets a near fall after a big vertical suplex. Cole goes back to focusing on the leg. 10 looks to start a comeback, but then charges Cole, solos the leg, and goes onto one knee. Cole then hits him with a pump kick as well as picture-in-picture. We go to that. Cole is working the leg during the picture-in-picture. Come back from the break. He hits clotheslines and spine buster, but always goes back to selling the leg. Does 10 of the Dark Order, then goes for full ultimate. Cole counters and hits a backstabber. 10 counters with the Panama Sunrise into a backdrop, followed up with a discus lariat for near fall. Commentary acknowledges how if Cole loses, it would take him out of the number one spot in the rankings. Cole then goes to the Panama Sunrise for second time. 10 counters with a spear and gets 2 count. 10 gets a full Nelson locked in, but Cole backs him up into the corner and then takes advantage. Aubrey Edwards is out of position, so he hits a low blow, and he follows up with a series of super kicks, and then hits a running knee to the back of the head and gets the pin. Not a fan of this match. If Adam Cole is challenging for the championship at the pay-per-view, why in the heck does it take him this long to beat someone like 10, who's a throwaway gimmick character? After the match, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish come out to congratulate Cole. We then cut to a video package of MJF CM Punk rivalry before going back to commentary and commercial break. Will Hobbs defeating Dante Martin in the Face of the Revolution qualifying match. Hobbs attacks Dante before the bell and beats him up in the corner. Dante comes out aggressively, hits a couple of drop kicks, then knocks Hobbs to the outside. Then he goes for another springboard. Hobbs yanks him off, leads him going on the offense for a little bit. Hobbs then tosses Dante around on the outside of the ring and then tosses him back into the ring. Hobbs then tosses Dante all the way across the ring, and Excalibur notes that Wardlow does the same thing in his qualifying match, and then we go to picture-in-picture. Hobbs then goes for torture rack, and after we get back to the break, Martin fights out of that. He starts to make a comeback, and shortly after, he hits a springboard uppercut, and then a springboard dive and move to the outside and a drop kick from the top rope, but Hobbs then hits a big spine buster out of nowhere and gets the pin. I'm a fan of this because Hobbs moving forward is a good idea, and also because it's 2 people in the ladder match that intrigue me. Jade Cargill's interview backstage is broken up by Matt Hardy. Cargill goes on a silver bodysuit decorated with money signs and green hair that match. She told Big Money Matt Hardy that he even smells like money, or that she even smells like money. Hardy challenged Cargill's to defend the title against the Bunny. Why, just why? Serena Deeb defeats Angela Risk in a 5-minute rookie challenge. Deeb schools Risk early in the challenge, turns her back on her, and allows her to sink in a full Nelson after a slingshot into the bottom rope. She goes to pin, pulls her up, and then goes to the Serenity Lock, and in just under or just over 2 minutes and just over 3 minutes, Deeb gets the victory. Mark Henry interviews the main participants in the main event. Jay White mentions that the best friends in Chaos are very familiar with him. He then said there's do a favor for Adam Cole. He mentioned that he's currently his era. Trent Beretta then welcomed him through the forbidden door, but said the door is going to be slammed in his face. Excalibur and tons of matches booked for Dynamite and AEW Revolution. New matches announced include Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. For Revolution, Hangman Page versus Adam Cole. At Revolution, Jade Cargill versus the Bunny for the TBS title next week. What a waste of Jade Cargill. But anyway, Jay White defeats Trent Beretta. They hype Jay White's New Japan deal as though it matters here. You haven't gotten him over to the point where it matters here. But anyway, White gets an early advantage after backing Trent into the corner with strikes. Trent goes after him pretty quickly, however, hits back elbow. White comes off the ropes, hits a big suplex that causes White to roll out of the ring apron. Trent comes back to collect him, and White goes off the top rope and spills to the outside. Back in the ring, Trent starts to fight back after we get back from the commercial break and sends his opponent into the middle turnbuckle. White then rolls out of the ring. Trent hits a springboard moonsault onto the outside but lands really hard. Gets back in the ring. White hits a flatliner and a deadlift. And in deadlift German, Trent then goes for 2 count after a tornado DDT. Match goes back to the outside again for a second time. Trent goes for the spear. White counters with a knee to the face. White then suplexes him on the chair and barricade back in the ring. White hits a Uranagi and got a 2 count. Trent then follows up with a backdrop shortly afterwards. Trent then hits a half Nelson suplex, running knee for near fall, then goes for a strong zero, but White fights out. And then White hits the Blade Runner and gets a pinfall after the match. White stands over Trent. An Orange Cassidy exchange, some glares, perhaps setting up something of a match between the two of them. Not a show that you need to see. The Will Hobbs thing is the best part of the show, but obviously a very weird nature for a second level national program. But anyway, we'll be right back after this.